Hello Pisces, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Pisces is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It's totally free, doesn't cost you anything. Okay. If there's anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Pisces, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And we've got a Three of Wands. This is kind of it's kind of a sign from Spirit that says, listen up. I think we are in a position where we're trying to understand where we are and where we go from here, right? With the Three of Wands, I feel, and we're going to put it into some context, but the Three of Wands, I feel, is kind of this, the body, the heart, and the mind, trying to see if we're all kind of on the same page, right? If there is this harmony within us, towards this kind of action. I think there is something that you are, that you're on the verge of doing, something that you're right on the cusp of. Let's see what's going on. Tower, yes, big change is coming. 10 of Wands, yeah. 5 of Cups, makes sense. More fire energy. Look at all this fire. The pillar of fire here. And more fire in the future. This is very nice. A 3, makes sense that we got a lot of 3s, 4s, 5s. And we've got that Death card and 10. See, this is where we're headed. 10 of Cups, perfect happiness. Dream come true. But we're wondering, is this the right thing to do? Is this the right move? Is this going to lead us in that direction? See, we've got 3s, 4s, 5s. The 3s, 3 of Swords, 3 of Wands. It's about understanding the process of change, understanding kind of the way things work. And, well, we got that Tower there. Sometimes you got to break a couple eggs, right? Let's select the mystery card. This is going to be one random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. We are just going to put it down right over here. We're going to put Alien, Simon Mork Ripley right there on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end. But it will tie everything together, and it will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If you feel like you know what that card is, put your prediction down in the comments any point during the show, okay? Let's do it together. Let's make it a group exercise in intuition. Yeah. Let's take a look around the room, though. We've only got these 2 major arcana energies. We've got a Tower and we've got the Death card. They're both change. It's both forces of change, right? The Tower card is abrupt change. It is disruptive. It is unexpected. It is kind of the universe saying, surprise. And sometimes we don't like surprises, do we? But what's the alternative? The alternative is slow, steady change. This Death card, that's the kind of change that creeps up on you. That before you know it, it's happened and you weren't aware. It's so subtle and slow that you don't really notice it, So which one is worse? Which one is better? I think that this is kind of what we are struggling with, because not only do we see the slow and steady change versus the abrupt change, but we see a lot of 4, and we see 4, and we see 5. It's kind of like you're trying to navigate this world where part of you wants to force something to change. Part of you is so fed up with something that you just want it done. You want it. You don't mind the abrupt change. Even though it's going to kind of disrupt life, it's going to be a lot of chaos maybe for a while. It's going to cause some kind of a ripple effect in your life. The 5 of Cups is trying to force an emotional change. There is this situation that is very significant to you, very powerful emotions with something here. The other side of us, 4 of Wands, The other part of us is resisting change. The other part of us is saying, I don't want things to change. I'm not going to allow it. We got a Four of Swords. We understand the process of change, and I'm saying no, do it, right? It's kind of like, it's that feeling like we like surprises when we're the ones doing the surprising. We like surprises as long as you tell me beforehand. I feel like this is I'm getting a deja vu feeling with this reading. I feel like that was the message before, and that there's this, and maybe it's still happening. I don't know if it was for Pisces, maybe for a different sign. There's this idea of kind of wanting change and not wanting change. There's this idea of feeling like the change needs to happen really, really fast. Do we tear the Band-Aid off quickly, or do we slowly peel it off, and maybe life doesn't notice, right? And I relate to that. I got a 3-year-old daughter, and sometimes she has to put on a Band-Aid, right? When it's time for that Band-Aid to come off, I give her the choice. You want me to just go real fast? You want me to go real slow? And sometimes I go so slow, she doesn't even feel it at all, right? But then she looks down. Hey, Daddy, my Band-Aid's gone. Other times we rip it off quick, and it hurts for a second, but then she can get back to doing what she's doing, and she prefers it that way sometimes. And I feel we're kind of like that too. It's like we want both things. We want it, we don't want it. We want it now, or we want it later. We want to force change. At the same time, we're resisting change. Change is good when I'm the one doing it. Change is not good when someone's doing it to me. So it's kind of like, how do we get in harmony with this thing? How do we balance this out? Yeah. Let's look around the room again. We've got 2 major arcana cards. We've got fire, 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 fire. We've got water and water. Now the 5 is showing me that maybe we're not supposed to really force this change, this emotional change, but it is something that we have to harmonize with, and we have to maybe nudge the change in the right direction because we want that 10 of Cups, right? So maybe what you want here, you want to force this thing, and for a good reason. Maybe forcing is not really what to do, but to try to get a little more creative, right? We've got the 8 of Wands, some creative problem solving. So we've got fire, we've got water, we've got air. What we don't have is any earth energy. So to me, that feels like we haven't done anything yet. We haven't made the decision yet. We haven't done anything, right? It's just, we're just feeling it. We're just trying to figure it out. We're just kind of going back and forth about what to do. Yeah. And the 3 of Wands here is us trying to figure out what is going to be the best. Should I just up and leave, or should I just kind of gradually distance myself from this thing? Maybe it's a career thing. Maybe it's a relationship. Maybe it's a creative project. It's some commitment. Maybe it's a particular path. It could really be anything. I feel that you're someone who, you're used to being kind of in control. You're used to having, and maybe we prefer it that way. Maybe I'm getting this sense that you don't have a large quantity of friends and family. I feel like you keep your circle small. Yeah. You keep your circle very small. And so this, in some ways, makes it even more important to figure out what you're doing and what you're doing next and what the next move is. Because it's like you have this influence over others. What you do is going to affect others. And since there's just a few others, those few are going to be affected more than if there were a lot of others and everybody gets a small portion. You know what I mean? So I feel like you have a very intimate, very close circle of friends or family or coworkers, wherever this is taking place. I also see a bear. Spirit showing me a big bear standing on its hind legs, when they kind of they get big like that. Did you have an experience with a bear, or is a bear perhaps one of your spirit animals? And to me, that's kind of interesting that I'm being shown a bear, because it's like we think of a bear as, well, maybe we don't think of a bear this way, but looking at a bear, they look cute and cuddly. We think of teddy bears, right? Bears are not teddy bears. Bears are not cute and cuddly. They will tear you apart. And so it's kind of like, I don't know, if maybe you've been underestimated in your life. Right? Maybe you're someone that people look at you and they see someone that will always do the right thing. And to a lot of people, the right thing is doing what's going to be best for me, right? Or what's best for them. You know what I mean. Pisces. They'll always do the right thing. And that's going to make me feel good. That's going to make me happy. What about when Pisces does the right thing to make themselves happy, but not, and it doesn't just so happens, it doesn't correspond with what makes everybody else happy? Well, then you're kind of on your hind legs like a bear, and you're ready. You're not cute and cuddly anymore. Now you're ferocious, and now you're kind of, now you're someone that we've got to either yell and scream at and be bigger than, right, to scare the bear away, or I don't know. I've never encountered a bear. I don't know what to do. I hope I never have that problem. But the Three of Wands is really about you deciding what is best for your life, how to get to your 10 of Cups, not somebody else's 10 of Cups. Doing what's best for yourself, trying to minimize the collateral damage. You don't, is it more, and we're back to the major arcana cards. Is it more or less disruptive to everyone else to do it quickly, big change real fast, get it done, get it over with, or slow, ease into it gradually, right? What's going to cause the least amount of that kind of ripple damage, that collateral damage? But the Three of Wands says it's time. You have to start doing what is going to be best for you. What is going to lead to your 10 of Cups, your happiness. There's a situation that you're in now, 5 of Cups. You're not happy here. You're not happy here, okay? Spirit's showing me trains. Do you have, is that a hobby? The building trains, having model trains? Or you're somebody that, maybe you're a train conductor? I don't know. Or you ride trains, something with trains and you, for some of you. These details come in and they feel like non sequiturs to me. That's why I'm always smiling when I'm talking about them. They're meant for someone, not for all of you. If it's not meant for you, leave it for the next person. But I think it's Spirit's way of showing us, of validating for us the energy that we're in. Yeah, offering synchronicities to some of you, but to just kind of to confirm the energy, validate some of the energy that we're in. Okay, and I'm going to keep those things coming through as I receive them. They may or may not have anything to do specifically with the energy we're talking about, but there are those details that will connect with some of you. Okay, so I am seeing the trains. I never was really into model trains or any kind of models, really. I like real trains. I like taking train rides. But I'm the kind of person that likes any kind of transportation. I like being in a train. I like being in a car, in a submarine, in a bus, in an airplane, in a hot air balloon. Any modes of transportation. I really enjoy that. I don't know what that is. I feel like this is something from which you want to depart. Okay, and we got that 5 of Cups back here. It's something you're not happy doing. And I don't know if this is, if it feels like it's restricting your energy, your happiness, or your freedom, or your creative, abilities, or if it's kind of restricting you from getting to your 10 of Cups. It feels disappointing. It feels limiting. I wonder if this was a situation where you thought this was going to be it. That you were really, happy about this, and you thought that this might be the one, right? The job, the career, the friend, the relationship, or whatever it is. It's not living up to your expectations. So part of us feels like, I just want to tear it off like a Band-Aid and be done. There's another part of us that says, maybe it's something that I need to do a little bit more tactfully, a little bit more slowly. And then there's also that Four of Wands part of us that is trying to resist change. And maybe this is the other party seems like they're doing things differently. Seems like they're kind of changing, and we're resisting that change. No, I'm the one that changes, not you. I'm the one that goes and whatever, and not the other way around. So again, we're back to that dilemma of, I like change, I like surprises when I'm the one changing, when I'm the one directing things. I like the surprise party if I'm the one throwing it, or if at least you tell me about it beforehand. Because the Four of Wands feels like somebody is making decisions before you. You wanted to be the one to do it. Right? Maybe it's the ending of a relationship. Maybe it's like, no, you don't break up with me, I break up with you. Ever had that problem? It's starting to feel like a Seinfeld episode, a little bit. But it's that dilemma, and I think that we're human beings. We don't have all the answers. We don't know. We don't know what to do, and part of that, I think, is the 3 and 4 of Swords that we have over here. We're not there yet. We'll get there. The 10 of Wands underneath everything. This is just 2, right? It is. It's 2 wands up against the 8 wands, right? And this, I think, is kind of talking about the difference between interdependence and codependence. Feeling that we have this companion with us, someone that we can share the burden with, someone we're collaborating with, we're part of a team, we're kind of doing this duet. It could be you and the company you're with or whatever. It feels like a collaboration. It feels like more than one person kind of sharing the burden. Yeah, cooperating to advance, to make things, and you're both kind of on the same wavelength, same vibration. So the 10 of Cups that we have, it's kind of a shared goal. We feel like we're both in this together. We both kind of want the same things. Happiness, the perfect, happy life, dream come true. We just happen to have the same one. Perfect. I feel like this is kind of getting out of phase. I feel like this is starting to feel like not so much that there is this shared dream, but there's just this codependence that is keeping you locked in with this person, this place, this thing, this company or entity or whatever it is. And that is creating its own kind of tower. Because this is a loss of temper. Now, who is it that has the mouth on them? Somebody is kind of has a difficult time controlling what they say. You feel it, you say it. Doesn't always need to come out, And I feel like this tension, and really it's this change, not change, fire, water. It's kind of, it's not mixing very well. It's creating tension and disruption in your life. I feel like I'm hearing glass breaking. I don't know if there's been some glass that's been broken recently. And maybe that's maybe that's a metaphor too, I think literally there has been something that is broken for you recently. I don't know if it's a window, car window, if it's a piece of glass or a glass, like a drinking glass. But it's almost more disruptive to things to try to force them to stay the same. Yeah. And so we've got an 8 of Wands at the top of the path of the dove. And that to me is a lot of creativity. It's a lot of energy, but it's anxiety, right? It is the feeling that you need to go somewhere, but where? It's the feeling like you have to make a move, but where, how, what do we do? So we're kind of, we've got the jazz hands. We're tap dancing in place. It's just like, I got to do something. I can't stay here any longer. I can't stay in this relationship, this partnership, stay in this building, stay with this company. There's this anxiety. And so the Eight of Wands is telling us there's a need for creative problem solving. The eights really are about problem solving. And this is really, one, to find a way to relax. Find a way to discharge some of this electrical energy that you have. Do you play a sport? Are you into martial arts? Do you do something physical, boxing, jiu-jitsu, something like that? Okay. I feel like there is, I feel like you used to. I feel like you used to do something physical like that. Maybe it was jiu-jitsu or something, or wrestling, or I don't know. Some sort of physical activity. It feels like a martial art. I feel like you stopped doing it. I feel like you've put a lot of things on hold that you kind of once did, or that you once felt a great passion for, or that you felt was really part of your happiness. I feel like you put those things on hold when you entered into this partnership, this collaboration. Maybe there's still some resentment about that. Okay, let's go to the path of the serpent now. And as I do this, I'd like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Totally free. It doesn't cost you anything. Okay, and it helps out the channel, and I really do appreciate that. So we start with the Three of Swords here. The Three of Swords is the memory. The Three of Swords is sometimes resentment. It could be that we remember those days when we were pursuing our goals and our happiness, that we had a dream, and that we were working on fulfilling that dream, manifesting that dream. Somewhere along the line, that got confused, it got changed, it got put on hold. We got into a collaboration or a partnership that was, for a time, very much in harmony, in unison, right? Going toward that Ten of Cups together. The same dream, right? But then somewhere along the line, started to drift apart. Started to get out of phase with each other. And so now we're starting to remember what it felt like when we were living that dream, when we were working on manifesting our dream. Yeah. That's the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords is about the memory. We understand the process of creation, the process of change on the mental plane. We understand intellectually that, life happens and we have to adapt to life. And, the plans that I had for myself when I was 20 years old are different from the plans I have for myself when I'm 40. Not to give away my age or anything. But we understand the process. Intellectually, yeah, I know that what I wanted at 20, I don't want anymore. The plans I had then, there's not the plans I have now, right? Things change. But the Four of Swords in the environment is us trying to resist that. Yeah. And it could be really, because it's in the position of the environment, it could be the environment itself. Elements of the environment are influencing you to not change. You feel like you want to force it, but something is going on. Something is going on around you. Someone or something, some force is trying to keep you from making this big change. And so maybe that's why we kind of feel like, I just need to break out of this prison. It needs to be abrupt. And then there's this feeling of, well, maybe I just need to be a little bit more subtle and kind of sneak out, And I don't know if this is, something with the family, if it's something career related. It could be really anything. And I can feel that happening in a career situation. Especially if this is more of a family business or kind of a smaller business, where they don't want to lose you as that very crucial kind of partner, But as we see with the Death card and with the Ten of Cups, we need to do something. And I think that someone lied to you. I think there is an issue with dishonesty here. I think someone maybe promised you something or kind of gave you this kind of guarantee, but it turns out that it wasn't exactly right. It wasn't exactly true. And I think that may be related to this Five of Cups. I kind of feel like you're someone that really needs to be by the ocean, but someone made you live in the desert, maybe literally, because I'm seeing on this side an ocean, and I'm seeing on this side desert, and it's not like a beach, it's two very distinct things. And so it's kind of as if you're trying to adapt to a climate or an environment that you don't want to adapt to. There's this issue that we have, I think, as people. It's such a great quality to be adaptable, to be flexible, to be willing to change, to adapt to anything. That's a skill. That really is. It requires patience and determination, and it's really amazing that people can do that. You can adapt to any situation. You can live in any environment. Just because you can adapt to something doesn't mean you should. Right? So I think we have that dilemma here with kind of harmonizing with the process of change, adapting to what's kind of going on, but there has to be some sort of pushback. Right? We're not just like single cell organisms that just whatever happens in the environment is kind of that we're just at the mercy of the environment, right? So it's a fine line between harmonizing with change and, being kind of steamrolled by the world, by the universe, by change. So we have to push back. There has to be an equilibrium. And maybe that's the 5 and the 4 here. We're pushing a little bit, we're yielding a little bit. And it's kind of a universal force, right? And that's how we're trying to stay in harmony with the universe. It's not just about letting the wheel just kind of steamroll. I mean, it looks like a wheel, right? Steamrolling over us. But it's also not about us demanding that the world outside of us conform to what we want. We have to take charge of our energy and decide, is this something I want to adapt to? Is this something that I can alter and change? If it's a completely unavoidable situation, yeah, you better adapt to it, right? But if we can change it, let's change it. Let's nudge the universe in the direction of our 10 of Cups. This is pure happiness. This is dream come true. This is the best life. This is the happy life. This is you living by the beach, if you want. This is you having those things in life that make you feel good and fulfilled, right? And not just forcing yourself to learn to love something, but realizing what it is that you really do love and getting that in your life, making that a reality, letting the dream manifest. I think we should look at the mystery card. Who in your life had snakes? That's what I want to know. The Death card I always kind of notice these reptiles that are down here, and there's the scorpion, there's the fish, there's an eagle there, but there's that snake there too. And I wonder, have you had snakes as pets or reptiles generally, or someone in your family? Someone in your family kept snakes as pets. I don't know that you liked them. To this day, I don't know that you would hold a snake if a friendly one was being shown you. Yeah. Anyway, let's see about this mystery card. Let's see, what is this? Well, I want some earth energy. I want some action being taken. Maybe it's an Ace of Pentacles. Maybe it's a 10 or a 9 of Pentacles. If you have a prediction, put it down in the comments, okay? Let's see what we have. Well, it's a 9 of Wands, and that's all right. More fire energy. We're going from a 10 to a 9. It's getting a little bit easier. And this is kind of now, when we're talking about the 10 and there's this codependence, there's this partnership, collaboration, that we feel we're not in harmony with this anymore. Well, now this is you standing on your own. And it might be tough at first. When you first break away from that and you're on your own, it may be rough. But it's going to get easier from here. Especially knowing that now we're really going toward that 10 of Cups. Our very own dream come true. So to me, this is really that independence. This is that strength for you to break away, set out on your own path. Okay. This is very strong confirmation. The key word for this card is strength. It's called the Lord of Strength. And it takes a lot for you to stand alone. Yeah, really does. Yeah, you should be proud. We're going to do an extended reading too. If you want to stick around, click on the link that should be in the corner, or there's one down in the video description. New readings for Pisces every Thursday and Sunday, 6 a.m. Chicago time. But I'm here every day. Come on back. See me again tomorrow. Okay? If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Totally free. Doesn't cost you anything. Leave a comment for me. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. Yeah. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.